Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced Stream. I'm Richard on the MakeCode Forum.
And I'm Joey at J Wonder on the MakeCode Forum.
And we're continuing to make meeples move, as has been our reason for existing over these past few weeks. Before we get started, though, a brief reminder. So we have a game jam going on right now. You can find all the details about it on the forum. It is the Cozy Game Jam. So if you want to make a cozy game, because 'tis the season, submit it for that, and we will play all of the winners and honorable mentions on this stream, and they will also get to be on the MakeCode homepage, which is, you know, the highest honor. And then you should also know that I will, after Friday will be our last stream of the year. So I'm going to be out on vacation until the 2nd, and our next stream day will be whatever stream day comes after the 2nd. So I think the 2nd is a Thursday, so it'll be like the 3rd, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So FYI. But anyway, let's get back to our meeples game. So our meeples game. So if you have been following us, we've been trying a few different versions of this kind of like mechanic where, you know, we're controlling a bunch of little dudes, right, and trying to get them through a level. And some of them are going to die. So we have 100 of these little guys right now, as you can see. They all are controlled by the same set of controls. So, you know, you have just the normal buttons, and left and right makes them all go left and right, and jump makes them all jump. The idea is to make levels where your score is based on how many of these guys make it to the end, and there will be various perils that, you know, cause them to perish. So right now we have these spikes right here, which you can see if I jump on there. Oh, look at them go. Oh, poor guys. And we have a counter up here, which is the number of meeples. So far the mechanics we have done are, we have these conveyor belts, which will, you know, obviously move your meeples. And, you know, you move slower if you try to run against them. You move faster if you run with them. So they've got the normal conveyor belt behavior. And then we have these spikes, which kill you. And we talked about, on the end of last stream, we talked about some other mechanics that we would want to do. And the ones I remembered, and so I prepared off stream, I haven't coded them yet, I just made tiles for them, are one, having spikes that fall. So I have the spikes up here. You can see we have these red ones also. So the idea is that some of these spikes will just be normal spikes, and then some of them, when a meeple walks under them, they will like shake and fall and, you know, kill any meeple they come into contact with.
Okay. Are you thinking they're like spikes, like one-off ones, or are they going to be like icicles where they'll respawn after like 10 seconds?
I think it's a one-off thing. So
these are probably quick levels anyway, so makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, 2, we talked about doing spring pads, so things that just automatically make you jump. So that's what these are going to be right here, these things. So the idea being that when a meeple goes on them, it's going to like compress and like launch you up, and it'll make you jump higher than normal, either to get over something, or in this case, probably be just launched into these spikes. And then 3rd was something that pushes meeples. And for that, I thought we would do fans, basically. So that's what these are supposed to be. These are all supposed to be fans. And obviously they don't look like fans, but I did a little animation, there you go, to make them look like fans. So we're going to animate the tiles like this. So you can see it's got the little spinning pixel in the middle, and I think that looks like fans. And we're also probably going to do like a particle effect to show wind blowing. So that's the idea.
If we make them all facing left, we don't have to modify the blizzard effect.
We're not going to use sprites though, so I think we're going to just have to do our own custom thing. Sprites are a precious resource in this game because we have 100 meeples.
That's true. That's true.
So we're going to be doing all of this with as few sprites as possible, because sprites take up a lot of resources comparatively. I mean, they don't really, but when you have 100 of them and more, then it does. So in order to keep our FPS game fast, our FPS of our game fast, we're going to try and not use any sprites for these fans or the jump pads or the normal spikes. The falling down spikes we are going to use sprites for because that just makes sense. But yeah. And then we'll do more mechanics after this, but let's get started with these. So Joey, does any of these strike your fancy as something to do first?
I like bounce pad first, I think.
Okay, bounce pad. Yeah, bounce pad's easy. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn wall on for all of our bounce pads. So let's do that right now. And we are going to do, okay, so right now we have this overlap spike. I want to hit wall, I think. So we're going to grab a on sprite kind player hits wall at location. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and say if the wall at that location is a jump pad, like that, then we want to make our meeple jump. So we probably want to make sure that we're hitting it from the bottom. That's a good thing to do. So we're going to see if, and then go into scene, grab location property right here. And then we're going to grab a sprite property. And I think we'll probably have to add or subtract one from this. And then we're going to do, okay, so if the location top equals the sprite bottom, then we're going to make them jump. So let's grab the make jump thing from here. And sure, 34 pixels. We're going to change that. But for now, let's see if this works. So we're just going to run over here and woo, okay, yeah, that worked pretty well. All right, cool. I was actually worried that the bottom and the top would not be equal, but I guess because we have that off by one error with the bottoms of our sprites, it does actually make it, yeah. All right, so this jump, we're going to go ahead and make a constant up here. This is going to be spring pad jump height. And we'll stick this right here. And so our max jump height right now is 20. So we're going to make this be like 28. I don't know. I guess we'll make it 29 so that we're comfortably above 28. And we'll grab this. And just bring it back down here. All right. Looking good. Okay. So it would be nice if we could animate this.
Animate.
I don't know if we'll be able to make it look good. The jump pad. So it would be cool if the jump pad like compressed and launched you up, you know?
Yeah.
But the problem being that you're going to have a lot of meeples going onto it. And is it just going to re-trigger the animation? Is the animation just going to keep playing? It's not going to look right either way.
I guess I was thinking the same thing. It might be enough if it like plays once whenever somebody contacts it, but doesn't replay until it's finished, right? Like if it triggers, it might be enough of a fast thing that it won't look too funky that people are going to hit it midway. Especially if it's only like it'll only be like a 1 or 2 frame animation, right?
Yeah, it's probably
1 or 2 pixel.
It's probably going to be 3 frames, I think.
Okay. It'll go down 2 and up again. Okay.
It'll go down 2 and then up. Yeah.
Okay, then that should be. I'm guessing that'll be fast enough that it won't look too funky, even if people hit it while it's mid animation.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to. How are we going to do this animation though? So we could create sprites, but that's actually going to be annoying, not just because of perf reasons, but because we will have to keep track of the sprites. You know, we're going to have to find the sprite at the location and then destroy it and like, you know, start a new one and all of that stuff. That's gonna be annoying. So I wonder if it's gonna be easier just to track it in like an array or something of things that are currently animating. We already have this render on Z index, which is drawing tiles. Oh, whoops. So we could just add the location and a time to an array, and then, you know, do it that way. How the heck did this break my game? I put it back. Okay, I must have messed something up, but anyway, undo is your friend. All right.
I guess, yeah, a 2D array with location and time is probably easiest just because it also gets rid of the re-triggering thing, because it's just like, if it's been more than a second since the last trigger, then you can bounce trigger the animation again.
Yeah. Okay, so let's draw the animation. So we'll duplicate one of these. Trash, trash, trash. Oh, and let me remember what this tile looks like. Okay. So we got the background. We got this up top, this at bottom. Then we have this dark blue, and then we have this dark green, I think. Yep, that looks right. All right. So we're gonna make the first frame the like start of this animation. So let's go ahead and compress it down. You know, let's just do the whole thing. We're gonna compress it all the way down and all the way up, and we'll just play it really fast because we're not constrained by like we can play this animation as fast as we want. So
yeah,
oops, mess this up. All right, this is being annoying. All right, so bloop, 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 bloop. And the first and last frame, so to speak, are just the image of the sprite. So 3 frames, down 1, down 2, up 1, and then back to normal. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make a variable which is going to be animating spring pads. And we are going to set this to be an empty array. The typing on this is going to get weird, isn't it?
I mean, it's just as long as it does the 2D array correctly, it'll be nice because it'll just be numbers, right? It'll just be last trigger time.
Oh, I see. So, oh, right. We can just put in column row. I was going to put in the actual location object, but you're right. That's better.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. That's not what I want. I want this one. Cool. All right. Oh, breakfast. Sorry, breakfast is yelling at me. You know how he does. He yells. Oh, he's a talker. He'll talk to you. That's for sure. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put in some checks in here, and I want to grab an and. All right. So first we want to loop through and see, is this location already being animated? So we're going to go ahead and grab the first and second value, which are going to be the column and row. Like this. It's complaining right now because our array type inference is not very good. It'll figure it out. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this in here and then make this location column and make this one location row. All right. And we're going to make a variable, which is going to be called foundit. And we're going to set foundit to be false up top here. Inside here, we're going to set foundit to be true. And we're going to break out of this loop. So head and break. All right. And then if we did not find it, then we're going to go ahead and add it to this array. So if not found it, then we're going to do array, add value to end. This is going to be the animating spring pads array. And we're going to be adding an array of numbers. So the first one is going to be the location column. The second one is going to be the location row. And the third one will be a time. We'll put in an end time, yeah. So we're going to do the time since start plus however long we want this animation to go. It's actually going to be easier if we just do this as time since start. We're just going to store the time where it starts, and we'll manage it elsewhere. I think our math is going to end up being easier if we just store this time since start, because we're animating, forward each frame. So to calculate each frame, we need to know the start point. I guess we could count backwards, but that's not how my brain works. So we're going to count forward from the start thing, and we'll just evict things once they're past whatever the interval should be for that animation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's all done. Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this actually animate them. So we're going to go to our render on z index right here. And we are going to say if tile at location is. Oh, no. This is dumb. We shouldn't do it this way. No need to do it inside this loop. We can just loop over our loop. Otherwise, we're looping over loop over that array. Otherwise, we're looping over that array for every location that happens to be a tile jump pad, which is dumb. All right. And we're gonna stick that right there. I'm gonna go and grab this trampoline animation. And then for column and row, we are going to do the array get value at 0 and get value at 1 with value passed. So grab that value, stick that right there, and put that right there. Okay, and then if we change this to 3, we should actually see it start animating. This won't be exactly what we want, but we should at least be able to see it happen. So there we go. Okay, look at our animation go. Great. So if we want this animation, this looks very silly right now, but I swear it'll look better once we have it going back up to the normal position. So we want to make sure that we are only doing this for the however many frames this animation runs for. So we're going to, to figure out this index, so right now what we're doing is we're just taking a remainder of the time since start integer divided by 50. So this is basically just making it so that we go to the next frame every 50 milliseconds. The reason we're doing this remainder of is to make it wrap back around. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 over and over and over again. Which is not what we want. What we want to do is we want to say the time since start minus whatever our start time is, which is this value get value at 2, which is the third element. All right. So we want to integer divide that, and we also want to, instead of doing this remainder thing, which we're doing right now, we want to I think we just want to do the straight up integer divide, and we're going to go ahead and inside here do an if, and we're going to check to see if this animation is too old. If this animation is too old, we're not going to draw it, and then we're going to loop over this a second time and eliminate all of the ones that should get eliminated. So actually, I don't. Will our for of work okay if I remove it inside of this loop?
Real for of should. I think it does. I think I remember seeing that.
Modifying loops while you're looping over stuff is generally bad practice, but I might just do it. We'll see if it works or not. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and say if let's grab this. If this time since start minus here is less than, and then we want to whatever our maximum time to be, which is so let's see, we're going to have the first frame is going to be 0 from 50. The second one is going to be from 50 to 100. The third one is going to be 100 to 150. So if it's less than 150, we're good. We're going to go ahead and draw this. Otherwise, we're going to remove the element from the array, and we'll see if this works. So we're going to do remove value at. By the way, Joey was saying real for of there. Joey, do you want to explain what you mean by that?
Not really. JavaScript for of. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm not even sure.
I don't know. I don't know if JavaScript for of does it either.
So I'm testing it right now. I'm testing it in MakeCode first.
I don't want to remove value add. I want to remove specific value. Wait, do we not have that? I thought we had that. Oh, we don't have that.
Cool.
Anonymous Jedi says, is this the new MakeCode update? It looks different. Yeah, so we're trying out different color schemes. So the next arcade release is going to have a different color scheme, just so you know, because of accessibility. So the current color scheme for arcade doesn't meet the color contrast ratio that we have to have in order for people who have low vision to be able to read the text that appears. Specifically, the orange color had to go. So we're trying out a new color combo, which you can see right now in beta. Don't use beta, but you can go look at it if you want. I don't love this current color combo, so I might try to change it, but we'll see what happens. Jedi says, yes, finally. Yeah, we're not getting a dark mode yet, so don't get too excited. Okay, we're just changing the default colors. But we are going to change it to be something else. So we'll see what it is, or it'll be this. Okay, we don't actually have a remove specific value from array. So I think we're just going to have to. This simplifies things because you don't need to test it anymore because we're just going to do this annoying thing. Indices to remove.
Okay. Real JavaScript and our JavaScript both infinite loop. If you if you make a loop of just appending to the initial array.
Okay, but if you remove things from the array, does it work correctly?
It looks like it skips it.
So if you have an array,
so it like
0, 1, 2,
internally
3, 4,
it looks like internally it looks like a for loop, though I'll double check that. Like a for index.
Okay, so we're going to add the index of whatever this is to here, which means we have to change this to a for, or I guess we can just do this as a for. No, we definitely can't make it work if we do a for index loop. So we're going to go ahead and change this to be a for index loop, and we're going to be going to the length of our array -1. Ugh. 4 index loops are so much more annoying than 4 of loops. All right. Okay, so we're looping over. Every time we get to one which should be removed, we're adding that index to these indices to remove array. And then we're going to loop over this indices to remove array and remove them all from this, which will be fun in its own way. Don't just wait for that. Okay, so this is still angry at me. You good now? Why is this angry at me? Animating spring pads, get value at index, get value at 2, get value index, get value at 0, get value index, get value at 1. This should work. I guess I should look at what the actual error is. The left-hand side of an arithmetic operation must be of type any number or an enum type. Oh, is this running into a problem because of parentheses? That's fun. I really wish I could switch to JavaScript right now to look at what this is converting to.
Yeah.
Okay. That fixed it. All right. Okay, so this is all fine. Now we're doing this indices to remove thing here, which is going to be super annoying. Just wait, or let's actually make this values to remove because that's going to be less annoying. Oops, X, rename variable. Values to remove. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and add the give value at index like that. And now we're going to do a for of loop over our values to remove array. And for each of these, we're going to remove them. So we're going to do remove element at, or remove value at right there. And we're going to grab our animating spring pads, and we're going to grab an index of. And so we're going to do animating spring pads, find index of whatever the value is, and then remove the value at that location. So this should clean our array back up. And with that, we should be animating now. And yep, look, it's working. Look at that. It's cute. Yeah, I think it actually works pretty well. Right? Joe, are you looking at the stream?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
Cool.
I really like the timing on it right now. Little wave.
All right. Beautiful. Cool. Okay. So got that done. Nice. All right. That's jump pads. Now let's do spikes because that'll be easy, and then we'll do the fans because that's much harder. So let's start with the easy part of the spikes, which is the ones that are not decoys, the ones that are just hanging straight down. So we're going to do an overlaps check. And we should probably make a function for killing meeples. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Kill meeple. We're just going to take in a sprite. Done. And we're going to stick all of this stuff in there. And we're going to call this function on our meeple like that. Now we're going to go ahead and make this the down spike like this. And we're going to go ahead and kill the meeple. And we're also going to do that for the ones that fall. If you manage to overlap with a falling one before it gets triggered, you should still get destroyed. So there you go. All of those will now kill our meeples. So now those fun spring pads we made are a death machine. Poor meeples. Poor guys. It's really satisfying to watch the ghosts, though. Okay. Collapse blocks, format code. So we want to make these spikes fall, which actually is more difficult than I was thinking, because I didn't think about it at all. Okay, so how are we going to do that? So basically, we need to scan downwards each frame, right, in order to see when these guys should be falling. And we basically want to make it fall if the meeples cross into whatever the rectangle of overlaps is. So it's going to be down until it hits a wall.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just make a function for this. And this is going to take in a column, this is going to take in a row, and this is going to take in a direction. All right. And what we're going to do is make a thing, which is going to be current location. And we're going to set this to be the location that this column and row is. So let's go ahead and grab that right here, column, row. And we are going to want to set 4 variables basically right now. We are going to have a overlap box top. Overlap box right. Overlap box down. Overlap box left. And we're going to set these equal to the left, top, right, down of our location. So let's grab that location property block, change this to be current location. You know what the lag might be of the, you know how I was talking about how there's like lag every time I do an edit?
Yeah.
I bet it's the time machine.
Saving the diff? Yeah, I mean, that would be believable.
Yeah.
Wait, is it every edit that you inject into that, or is it batched
it
into
is.
like 10
it's every
seconds?
edit.
Okay.
We could probably move it into a web worker.
I mean, debounce to like 20 seconds probably wouldn't hurt anything too. Like a maximum of 20 seconds between
If it's
edits.
freezing the editor, though, it's going to have to be in a web worker.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this top, right, down, left, and we are now going to scan in whichever direction we have. So we're going to go ahead and do a while loop. So let's do this right here. And our condition is going to be while we're not on a wall. So we're going to do tile allocation is wall. and make this a not. That right there. And we're going to make this our current location. Stick that in there. And now inside of here, we're going to check our direction, and we're going to be moving our tile based on that direction. So we will make this have 4 cases, 0, 1, 2, and we're going to do the classic Richard way of doing directions, which is 0 is up, 1 is right, 2 is down, 3 is left. We just start with up being 0, and then we go clockwise. So for that, we are going to make it so that we set our current location to be the current location like above, or the tile above whatever our current location is. So tile map location, gonna do this and do tile map location and make this top of, and then make this current location. There you go. And we just keep doing that. So it's going to be up, right, bottom, left. Hey, you know what I just realized? My convention should really be 0 is right, 1 is down, 2 is left, 3 is up, because that matches angles.
I don't think you'll ever get that right if you switch it now.
I don't think I will either. I'm so used to doing it the other way. Anyway.
Although I'm sure it would make math a little bit nicer sometimes, because you could just, I guess you can still, you just have to shift it.
Well, okay, so we don't need to worry about this running infinitely, because outside of any tile outside the tile map is always counted as a wall. So this will always hit a wall. You don't have to worry about that. So we're now going to copy all of this junk and put it down here at the bottom, and then delete this. And we want to now figure out what our rectangle is. So we're going to grab a min block and a max block, and we're going to basically, for the top, we're going to take the minimum of whatever the current location top is and the overlap box top is. And this is going to have the benefit of, because we set it to be our starting location from the top, if you imagine just extruding that outwards, this is basically going to keep whatever the minimum maximum values are for our X, Y, for our top, right, down, and left, which is exactly what we want. So this is just going to be a simpler way to do it than trying to be smart and doing an if statement here. Okay, we want this to be max because it's right, and we want to make this be right. We want this to be max of bottom and bottom, or down. And we want this to be a min of left and left. There we go. Okay, so we now have the bounds of the scan box that we've got. So we have the top, right, bottom, and left. So all that's left to do is to loop over all of our meeples and check to see if they are overlapping with that scan box. Hi, invalid project. So we're going to do a for of. We're going to loop over array of sprites of kind. Our meeples are of kind player. And we need to see if they overlap this. Invalid project says, hoping you guys can pick up Heebs again if you don't mind. Yeah, we'll play it in 10 minutes. Okay. So go ahead and do this if right here, and we need to check if we're overlapping. And if you've seen me do overlap checks before, the easiest thing to do is to check if you are not overlapping and then not that. It's just an easier way to think about the logic. So we're going to need a bunch of ors. go like that. And for this thing right here, we're going to say if our sprites, oh, whoops. If our, okay, that didn't work. This bug. This will be on my list of bugs to fix this week. Inval Project says, what you making? So we are making a game where we control 100 different sprites, all with the same set of controls. So all with the same button. Oh, they all died. All with the same buttons. So we've got 100 little guys here. You can see the counter up top. And they all jump and move with the same button, but they all move and jump at slightly different speeds and heights. And you see when they hit spikes, they die. And so the idea is to have a level where they will, your score is how many make it to the end. So it's expected that you'll have a bunch die. Anyway, that's the idea. Right now, what we're doing is we're making it so that these spikes that we have right here, when a meeple walks under it, these ones with the red dot, it'll fall down and, kill all meeples in its path. So we're writing code that basically scans everything that's below it down to the next wall. Very cool. Okay. So we want to check to see if the right of our sprite is less than the left of our overlap, like that. So if our right is less than the left, that means we can't be overlapping. Or if our left is greater than the overlap box's right, then we can't be overlapping. Or if our top is less than, or sorry, our top is greater than the bottom, then we can't be overlapping. And finally, if the bottom is less than the top of our overlap box, then we cannot be overlapping. And because we have this all inside of a not, because we have successfully detected if we are not overlapping, just nodding that tells us that we are overlapping. So inside here, we're going to go ahead and do return true. And then down at the bottom, we're going to do return false. There we go. That's our scan for meeples. So to make this actually work, we are going to, inside of an on-game update, we are going to loop over all of our tiles, all of our locations that are these spikes. So let's go ahead and do array of all tile locations. All right, here we are going to make this be the one with the red dot. And we're going to do an if and then call our scan for meeples function. And so we want to scan downwards. So remember, 0 is up, 1 is right, 2 is down. So we're going to put it as 2. And we need to pass in the column and row right here. So let's go into scene, grab the column and the row. And for now, let's just clear this tile. So we should be able to see it happen. So we're going to do set this at location. All right. So when my meeples are above this thing, there we go. It's not triggering. I'm going to go down here. And now as soon as a meeple goes under it, we should see it trigger. No, it's not. OK. It did trigger once we jumped up there, but. All right. So let's see what we did wrong. Okay, so we did while tile at current location is wall, and we actually want the opposite of that.
Oh, yes. Do we need to go one in that direction, or is it just going to work?
There's going to be
or no it's not a wall yet. So, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So we're all good. Okay, so there we go. Now it's working just fine. So this will actually make our overlap block extend down into the wall, but because there can be no meeple inside of a wall, it doesn't matter. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is working. Let's make it so that it actually falls down. So we are going to clear this just like we did, but we want to also make a sprite. So let's go ahead and do a sprite of kind and make this spike. And we are just going to grab, or we'll just recreate this image. So this should be 4 by 4. And then we want to do this. There we go. And we're going to give it gravity. Well, first let's place it on top of that tile. So I'm going to do place on top of, pass in our value. And then we're going to set its gravity. And we are going to set destroy on walls to true. So that's in here. And then finally, we're going to do the overlaps between player and sprite of kind spike. If a spike hits a player, we do not want to destroy the spike. These spikes are just going to tear right through these. Oh man, that killed our FPS.
I guess as soon as you add that, it has to check overlaps for all of the sprites at some point.
I mean, the thing is, there's no sprites of that kind. So you think it should be smart enough to not do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it would have happened as soon as it showed up anyway, the lag.
It would have, yeah.
But
all right, so we're gonna have to figure out something else here. But for now, we can at least see these spikes drop. Debut. There you go. That looked nice. So we'll go ahead and just do it full screen now, and there you go. They drop right down. All right, and I guess we'll just do our own custom overlap, which will be faster. But not as precise, but we don't actually care that much about precision, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the meeples are all full width height anyway, so it's pretty precise.
They are. Yeah, it's true. The spikes are not, but we're not going to worry about that.
Yeah.
So let's the last thing I want to do before we do that is I want to cover up our tiles. So we're going to cover up the spikes with normal spikes like that. And then in our thing where we create the sprite, we're going to clear that. So inside of tile util, I think there's a remove covered thing. If there might not be. Well, we could do this. I think if you pass in transparency, it'll just remove it. All right. So go down here and boop, boop. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, well, we still have to do overlaps for that, but now we have a game to play. Well, it'll be real quick. Sorry, it'll be real quick, I promise. So we're going to do a for of, we're going to do all sprites of kind. Spike. Inside here, we're going to loop over all of our meeples. And we're going to make a variable, which is going to be spike. Oh, right. Can't do that. Spike. and make this be Spike Sprite.
Mm.
And I'm going to copy over our overlaps check code. So that was inside of scan for meeples. Going to drag out this giant thing. And instead of this overlap box left, we are going to make it be our Spike Sprite left. And then just do that for the rest of these. Top. There we go, and then destroy sprite inside, or destroy the kill meeple inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, so just make sure this works real quick. Boo boo. There we go. Oh, the poor meeples, the meeple deaths. All right, and we don't have the FPS drop. Cool. All right. So that'll be that for that day. Let's go ahead and call this meeples number 3. And we're going to, let me go ahead and create a share link for this. Okay. And there we go. Feel free to play if you want, but it's not really a game yet. All right. So let's go ahead and open up our Hebes by Invalid Project. And let's play a bit more.
I like the fade in.
Yeah, Joey coded all the fade stuff, so he's very partial.
Yeah. Spooky.
Right. Oh, you haven't seen us playing this yet?
No.
Wait, did I lose all my progress? Okay, I still have all of the powers, but I don't see my indicators on the levels anymore. All right, well, that's fine. I know where we were at, which was this one right here. Okay. So the last level we unlocked was, sorry, the last power we unlocked is we can now turn invisible, not invisible, but like ghostly with B. And you can see that when we do that, all of these tiles end up switching. So we can now move through these, but we can't move through these. And this is the point where I have to start actually using my keyboard instead of clicking the buttons. So I'm gonna do that. See, I like the aesthetic you have for this game, Invalid Project, but it is hard to tell the state of these things with the grayscale. Yeah.
It kind of looks cool, but I can barely make it out. Let me try looking at this stream when it's in the invisible mode.
It was just a rendering bug, as Invalid Project said in chat, so all of our state now came through.
Okay, nice.
It's cool. All right, next up. Let's see. Oh, this is fun. Nope, I overcorrected. Oh, God. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Right, so B is the switch button, but I swear it was switching on A for a second. Okay, I'm just gonna suicide on this one. All right. Can you only switch while you're in the air or something? I feel like sometimes it's ignoring my switches. Ugh. Like, I definitely hit the switch button there, but it, like, ignored it. Oh, I see. If I'm pressing any other buttons. Okay, so if I press B and a direction button, it doesn't always swap, I think. You can't be moving left or right while pressing B. Yeah, I would say that is not obvious.
You can move up or down, but not left or right.
Why, if I may ask why? Ugh.
So you have to, when you jump on that first one, you have to jump, let right go, click, swap, and then
yeah,
right
it's
again.
tough to do. Alright. Over here.
Remember, you're free to skip at least one level per world. I think he's saying you're not a gamer, Richard.
I think that's what he's saying. Ugh. Ugh. It's so hard to make it through this part. Like I don't think I've successfully made it through this little jump here without taking damage yet. And about Project, I'll say the same thing I said last time. I never run away from a scrap. So. There you go. This is true to life with actual platformers. Like, you know, I will always do them. I will never skip a level.
Feels bad.
I will drop the game before I skip a level.
I mean, technically that's skipping a level still, but
true. Skipping a lot.
Skipping it for life.
Hey, Chimbro to bro.
So.
All right. Okay, are these guys deadly or friends? I'm guessing deadly.
It's red. That's pretty deadly looking.
Oh, nope. I thought I would be able to jump on top of that. I'm just going to suicide. There we go. Okay, all right. There we go.
There on World 3, Richard is cementing himself as a gamer.
I mean, I will say I do consider myself good at platformers. Maybe not doing so well today, but okay. Now, what the heck do I do here? Is there any way to do this besides damage boosting through it? I guess I have to go down and then land on those spikes and then jump back up, but that does not seem possible. Because I feel like these things are going to get in my way by the time I get there, you know? Walk off the platform and then double jump. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you're right. All right. I always forget that, you know, the double jump. All right. Ah. Okay. Oh no. I didn't. I should.
You got through it.
Yeah, it's fine. I had 2 hearts left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. go. We're
So
gonna try.
Is this gonna be the last one probably for today, I'm guessing?
Yeah, this will be the last one for today. All right. Go ahead and trap those guys up there. All right. Okay, that was great. Nope. Okay.
Not even the boss? Yeah, you gotta leave something for next time, right?
Yeah, sorry, we're kind of out of time here. All right, I keep forgetting I can just walk through these things. There we go. Ugh.
You can walk through the rocket launchers?
You can, but you take damage if you're in them while they're launching a rocket, but there's time to walk through them. Oh my gosh, that was an interesting interaction. I'm definitely gonna make use of that. So look at this, I can shield myself.
Oh yeah.
Go. Fall down here. Jump on up, shield myself. Oh, I let it go too soon. Nope. Okay. We're gonna do this one, don't worry, we'll finish it. Trap those guys up there, jump up here. Walk it down here. Oh no. All right. Yeah, that was completely unforced. Yep. Okay. Up here. There we go. Fall down. Put up my shield. Ah. Okay. There. Now we want to jump up here. We're just gonna run down here. Jump over here and shield. Jump up here. And now we're all good. All right, there we go. Okay. Well, how many levels total are there in Valve Project? I mean, I'm wondering how many more we have to go. How many worlds are there? I guess. I am looking forward to seeing what the next boss is, but we don't have time. So, all right. Thanks everybody. Tune in again on Friday. We're in Valve Project. If you show up again, of course, we will play this game again. We're happy to keep playing it. Reminder, we have the Coast Game Jam going on right now, and also Friday is going to be the last stream of the year. So tune in. It's going to be an extravaganza, and by extravaganza, I mean it's just going to be a normal stream. We're not doing anything special. Anyway,
maybe
I'm Richard
we'll go
Harrison.
for a long stream, 61-minute stream.
Yeah. Maybe we'll finish up heaps. Maybe that'll be our promise for Friday.
I mean, that seems like a lot for how much is left, right?
We only have 5 levels left, I think. So I'm pretty sure we're up to level 15.
Oh, okay. I misread.
Yeah.
I thought you were
we'll finish it up
15
next time.
levels and 10 more, 11 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. See you later, everybody.